Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're in the middle of learning about Venn diagrams, right? So here is a nice video that should help you. So, as you can see here, we're told that there's 40 students that were in this survey. We know 20 visited France, 15 Spain, 10 visited both. And as you learned in class today, the thing to start out with is always start out with their intersection, right? Because we know, for example, 10 for sure went to both Spain and France. Now, we don't have to do any guesswork. If we know 20 total went to France, now we have to remember that these 10 right there already not only went to France, but went to Spain, right? We don't want to count them twice. So, doing a little math here, 20 minus 10 means I know that 10 went to France, and therefore 10, of course, went to both Spain and France now. And the total is 20, right? Because 20 minus 10 is 10. Okay, let's do the same thing with Spain. We know Spain had 15 go there, right? Well, if 10 also went to France, how many left over that just went to Spain? Hopefully, you took 15 minus 10 and realized that 5 went only to Spain. So now what? Well, I hope you notice something here, that if I add up 10, 10, and 5, that's 15, right? Let me just double check that. 10 plus 10 plus 5, is 25. Well, that doesn't make sense if we know 40 were in the survey. So what are we missing here? Well, 40 minus 25 is 15. That means, and this is very important, guys, we're going to put a 15 right out here outside of both circles, because this 15 right here, you see, represents 15 students who did not go to either France or Spain, to neither one. Think about that for a minute. Now, let's answer some questions, because we have the survey completely done. So, what about the probability of someone being in France? Well, if you look at our picture, I hope you realize, now I'm going to use green here, so follow the green, guys. France is right here, circled in green, correct? And the key thing to understand is that there is a total of 20 of them, correct? 10 and 10. So I know the probability of France is 20 out of how many? That's right, 40. And if I do a little simplifying here, let's divide by 10 and then reduce by 2. Divide by 2. I know half, or 50% of the students went to France. Now notice the difference with question 2, guys. When they say only France, they mean only France. So if you look at the picture here, you will notice that there was 10 that only went to France. See, these 10 in the middle, remember, also went to Spain. So therefore, only 10 went to France. So therefore, it's 10 out of what? That's right, 40. And 10 out of 40 is 1/4, or 25% went to France only. Did not go to Spain. All right, question 3. What about neither? Well, we just kind of talked about that a moment ago. Does everybody agree? We figured out that 15 went to neither France or Spain. So neither would be 15 out of 40. Reducing that by 5, that would be 3 out of 8. And if we divide that, guys, that would be about 37.5%. Okay? Now, finally, what about the probability of France and Spain? Well, we know exactly 10 went to both France and Spain. So that means that's 10 out of 40, which again is 1/4, which again is 25%. So pause the video if you need to. Now, guys, why don't you try this problem? Go ahead and pause the video, copy it down, and try it. Okay, let's see how you did. Remember what I taught you before. Let's start with something that describes the intersection here. So this one's a little trickier if you notice. See how it says 6 have neither a brother or sister? Where does that 6 belong? Out here, doesn't it? And we know 30 have a brother. We know 25 have a sister. So let's do a little clever math here. If we had 50 total people, we take away 6. That means 44 people have to be somewhere in here. Okay? Somewhere in there. Okay, so how are we going to go from there? So we know we have a total of 44. Let's think about that for a minute. We know somehow if we have 30 that have brothers, we know if we add 25 who have a sister, and we minus what they have in common, we should get 44. Now, if you don't know the addition rule when it comes to probability, guys, you may want to review that, okay, again on your own. That alone is a separate video, but we've kind of discussed this in class. Remember, follow the red here. Remember what they have in common, we don't want to count twice. So we talked about how if we add the actual sums, in this case a brother and sister, we have to take away that middle red piece that they have in common in order to avoid doubling it up, right? So long story short, if I do the math, let me go to gold here. 30 and 25 is 55. 55 minus x somehow is supposed to be 44, and hopefully you realize that's 11. So now we know what I colored in red is 11, and now we can figure out that that's 19. Why? Because 19 and 11 is 30, right? Hopefully you follow along. And we now know that this must be 14 here. Why? Because 11 and 14 is 25. Ooh, I was getting a little nervous on that one. And if you got stuck, guys, that's okay. These are not really as easy. They look innocent, but they're not as easy as some people would think. But notice we have everything we need to solve this problem now. So let's go to the questions. Here are the questions I'd like you to try to solve. So go ahead and pause the video and see what you do. Okay, so how do we find the probability of someone having a sister? Well, remember, everything I just colored in green here, let me change to purple actually. Everything in that purple circle is everyone that has a sister. We know there's a total of 25 of them, right? Okay, so that means 25 out of, this time we had 50. And that reduces to 1/2 or 50%. How about the next problem? Only a brother. Only a brother. That means they can't have a sister, right? So if we look at our picture, we're looking at that 19 right there. So that means 19 out of 50, which reduces to basically 38%. Okay. Now let's do neither. We were actually given the 6 was neither, right? Okay, so that means 6 out of 50, which after I divide and simplify will come out to be 12%. Again, guys, you can check these on your calculator, okay? And now, finally, we're going to do brother or sister. Wait a minute, brother or sister, right? So check this out. All right, check this out, guys. Now, let's see here. What color can I use? You know what? I'm going to change to, I think, sky blue. That'll stand out. Okay? Does everybody agree that this 19 is brother or sister because it's brother? Does everybody agree the 14 is brother or sister because that person has a sister? And most importantly, does everybody agree the 11 also satisfies brother or sister because 11 means they have both a brother and sister, so logically, do they have a brother or sister? Yeah, they actually have both. So we're actually going to put all of those 3 together. All right, so let's just do it on the separate page here. I'm going to take 19 plus 11 plus 14. What is that? 14, carry the 1. So 44 of them have a brother or a sister. So that's 44 out of 50, right? Which simplifies to 88%. 88%. So guys, pause the video for one last time. So guys, hopefully this video will help you. I really think, like most of my videos, you may have to watch it again. You'll pause, rewind, make notes out of it. Okay? It just takes time and patience to master probability and Venn diagrams. Until next time, bye.